All right.
Same town I live in.
We are live, young man.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, afternoon, good evening, everybody.
And welcome to healthylife.tv.
Yes, indeed. Welcome.
We're going to keep. We honestly are going to try and keep this short today.
Yeah, because we know you've got Christmas shopping to do, everybody.
I have. I haven't done it yet.
Lastminute.com Christmas shopping.
Yeah, the wonder of cash. Right. Cash as in giving to people rather than buying a present. Anyway, today's program is how to improve and restore your gut health to feel great over Christmas. And it's one of my things that are close to my heart because I am a honey monster.
Oh.
I'm a person who does stuff himself at Christmas.
You're a poo bear, are you?
Yeah, it's the one time of year where I get it all wrong. Well, not all wrong, but you know, a substantial amount wrong. Look, 2021 is racing forward to completion. I've got to ask you the question: how has your year gone from a health perspective? What about you, Warren? How's your health gone over the year?
On a decline towards the end of the year. It has.
Okay, you can finish up with that a little bit, but generally speaking,
it started great and it continued great for a very long time. And you know me, but anybody that listens to us and watches us, they know that my health has been really good this year. I got to probably the leanest I have ever been in my adult life, besides when I was in the military or when I was a professional dancer. That's probably since then I've definitely been the leanest, the fittest, feeling the healthiest I have in all my life until December came around. And then
get that out of the way then, tell them.
Then I picked up an injury, and since I've had this injury, it just coincided with Christmas. Who would have thought? So yeah, it's I've been immobile for 2 weeks now, and it's in that time I've just kind of just been indulging as well at the same time, which has not been good.
Yeah. It's very frustrating.
It is kind of, yeah. But it's fine. I'm glad that I started off in a very good place before the injury. So,
well, I did back-to-back games last Sunday, refereeing.
Okay.
And I managed to get through both of them unscathed. Wow. So that's the first time for a long time I've been able to do that. Okay. So, but I mean, yeah, health-wise, I mean, if you look at the year though, mine's gone really well. Really well. I got knocked out for a few weeks with a cold and a chest infection, which wasn't the proverbial.
No, it wasn't the be all and end all that everyone thinks. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have been testing, and I haven't had it at all. So there's hope for it. Hope yet, isn't there? So, but the question is, how healthy are you when it comes to your gut? Right? And when we're talking about going to the loo, we're talking about how stuffed you feel, how bloated you feel, maybe.
Often you feel hungry.
Yeah, or hungry. You know, as an individual, you will know when things aren't working well.
Mm-hmm.
Some are obvious, some not necessarily so obvious.
Yeah.
So, look, individually, all of us know our own bodies, or most of it. And a lot of the time, we ignore the signs that come up. And Christmas is one of those times when there's more signs than not.
Not theoretically speaking and hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, both ways. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, look, it stares us in the face. You know there's something not quite right. And I think to be fair, most of us are like that. You know, where we get given little signs that something's not quite right, and we think, yeah, I'll be okay. Okay, well, if that's how you want to face it, then that's great, because you're entitled to do that. I now tend to pay attention to what's happening. So because it depends on what do you want to do. Do you want a fast-paced start to the year, or do you want a slow pace start to the year? Not only in what you're doing, maybe it's a business or something else, or it could be that we're just talking about your health. And you're okay to go along with the different days when you don't feel that good.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, when that's fine, But I like to be tip top health, and I notice it when things aren't right.
And your momentum is only as strong as your previous day, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the previous days before that, because it can take up to 48 hours for things to kick in.
If you stop any given day, that's okay. You just accept it but jump on it the next day. Don't get down on yourself and go and make excuses. But I would rather start January the 1st on the best foot I possibly can than step into the new year with, although to me it means nothing in any case. It's just another day. Every day is a new year.
Yeah, I mean, business-wise, I hate it. I've got to be honest. Christmas to me, it just gets in the way.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Christmas once a month just for a day, just rather than once a year.
There's a sensible idea.
Yeah.
Exchanging gifts once a month, every month.
We could have Christmas 1, Christmas 2, Christmas 3.
On the 12 months of Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, no, I like the idea of getting presents every month. Doesn't have to be big. It can be small, But look, we could all immerse ourselves in the charm and the warmth of the holiday season, all right? And without throwing our health out of balance. So what's some of the things that we can do to stay on target? Yes. Healthy. Because obviously the gut is so important to the rest of the body.
It is indeed, yeah.
Huge link to the brain. There's a huge link to everything, And if you can get your gut right, you're well on the way, And but it is a whole thing. The body's a whole thing. If you're just working on the gut, then you still could have a few challenges along the way. So if you're looking at,
but the gut's a good place to start.
Oh, absolutely. The gut is the best place to start. But if you're looking at the core and your brain as well with your gut, then if you take care of those things, then life will be much, much more peachy.
Yeah, because I mean, it is the epicenter, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
As I like to say, the gut is the steam engines, the coal room, the furnace. So it's the link between whether the engine moves forward or is stalled, and it keeps the cabins warm at the back as well, and all kinds of things. So and it makes your journey a lot. It depends on whether your journey is smooth or rough, is what's going on in the steam engine, and that furnace. So if your stomach is in a good condition, then everything else is going to follow suit, as you said. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Well, up to now, I've had a Pringle-free year.
Until now.
No, I haven't. Still haven't. I've had a few the other things that I like it, but not much.
Brian says, "Be safe and take care."
Merry Christmas. Yes. Thank you, Brian, and your family. So, yeah. Look, we should all give ourselves the gift of improving on our gut health, because our gut will thank us for it over the long run, without having to worry about what I call the December dip. And it could be bloating, could be illness, because we tend to change our habits as well when it comes to Christmas. Whereas the other days you'll have a maybe a little bit of a routine that you have in the mornings. With the holiday season coming up, it may be straight into the sweet tin in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning first.
And I'm a chocolate monster, and especially little sweets, especially ones like I don't in other countries, but we have Street roses, Nell toffees, and
we have a pastry here called I'm just trying to look for the English word for it. I've never actually looked for the We have, so it's a pastry. It's like a rat pastry, and they fill it with like poppy seeds or walnuts or cashew nuts, something like that, and then it's wrapped and it comes in along like a log, and it's
Yeah,
baked.
it's starting to sound a little bit healthy.
It's very nice. It's not
Yeah, I love
particularly
it.
healthy,
But that's the problem, isn't it?
yeah.
With the scientists, the food scientists that we've got, it's their job to make us eat things.
It's like this,
It's nice. Don't get me wrong. Pictures are the worst thing, aren't they? Oh, that looks nice.
Very tasty.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to say is, don't wait for the new year. Now consider following an eat for my gut approach. And you've got to be all the way through the holiday. You got to be conscious of nutrition, and you can still do your cheats. Go on,
Of course.
everyone can. I know I do. So I'll probably leave you behind when it comes to cheats. And
also in saying that, I put a post on LinkedIn the other day about feeling guilty and about your pleasures, the pleasures that you enjoy over Christmas. Don't.
No.
If you decide you're going to indulge and overindulge, don't feel guilty, because that is also what it's going to do is it's going to cause stress in the gut.
Yeah.
You feel guilt, this causes stress in the gut and your solar plexus area. So it prevents that communication, it prevents the flow, it prevents all kinds of stuff. And you get this buildup of negative energy around your feeling of guilt because you've had X, Y, Z. So if you're going to, just enjoy it. But also within moderation, and try to maintain some semblance of balance if you can.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do now. Before, years ago, I would have a bottle of wine, maybe, and I'm just thinking now, when I get that first glass, I'm actually going to savor it.
Yeah,
take my time and enjoy it. I may not have a second and third glass. I don't know, because I know I really do enjoy red wine, so I don't drink it that often.
I love red wine.
But
I very seldom drink it because of the fact that I love to drink it till my tongue goes numb.
But anyway, a healthy gut is more than the mere I feel good because I can still fit in that dress. For me, I only wear dresses at the weekend, but for most men, it'll be trousers, and the same ones that we wore last year, type of thing.
Yeah, or the last 10 years.
Yeah, well, no, I've got trousers in there are too big for me. So yeah, so that's good. But a healthy gut is crucial. In fact, it's essential for a healthy body, and that's 12 months a year. Okay, so
true.
Think of the garden. Think of the healing as a garden. We need to tender it all year long. Okay, you need sun, you need water. You need attention the whole year round. Unfortunately, at Christmas, I've tended to abandon all the good work I've done during the year. And
don't most of us? I mean, this is the whole point, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. But I'm talking to extreme lengths. I mean, I remember once I got a tin of sweets. This is many years ago. I ate the whole tin. I'm just like, a gorge, because one of the challenges, if you're good all year, you think, okay, time to make up for it. I don't know. You don't do it. I don't think you do it consciously, but you do. You go. What I've done, I've gorged in the past. So now I've gone a little bit, reversed it a little bit, and I have cheats quite regularly, but not to make a difference.
Yeah. Not
so
enough.
When that tin of sweets is there, I'll probably only eat 6 instead of 20.
But this, even then, let's say you finish the tin within a week as opposed to a day.
Yeah.
Okay. You've eaten the same amount of sugar, calories, all of that kind of stuff, but your body's been able to adapt and use it much more efficiently. Yeah. If you're eating like in portions, you're going to still finish it, and at least you've got more to look forward to tomorrow if you don't finish the whole tin in one sitting. You know, at least tomorrow you've got more to look forward to. And the point of the matter is that this is the thing. This is how the chemicals in the brain will work. We don't need to have as much as we do. It's just because we associate having that sweet, so we want the sweet. Obviously, we look at the sweet, we think, "Oh, I'm gonna have that sweet with a cake," and we eat it. Once your brain has tasted it, that's enough. You don't need to continue. Okay, you really don't, because your brain has got it in, and it's like, okay, I felt that, I've tasted it now. Now it's okay. You know, all that stuff that's in my body that needed to be there for me to enjoy the pleasure of having that is there now. I don't need to continuously have it. And then we get drunk on sugar. Look, you think about it. How often have you had so much sugar or so much fatty stuff that is unnecessary for the body that you actually feel like you get sugar drunk? You know, it's like you get that, like, ooh, you feel drowsy, not just drowsiness, but you feel like something's not right. And then you leaned over to put your boots on, and it's like, oh, I can't reach.
Oh dear. I had to give my jeans away because they didn't fit me anymore.
We're too small. I mean, too big now.
Too big. Yeah, too big. Yeah. I
mean,
at least 2 sizes too big.
Yeah, more than half my wardrobe is too big for me now.
Yeah.
I've hardly got any clothes I can wear anymore because I lost so much weight this year. And I'm not a big person, am I? I'm not like a fat individual. No, I'm not overweight.
I can't imagine you being fat.
Yeah, but I had got to the point where I was so lean that I've still got to change more than half my wardrobe. But T-shirts are too big for me now, and it's like, where do they go? You know, so it's I felt great. I felt great in that physical condition. Now I just feel like I'm starting to feel shitty again because my body's hurting and I'm just eating too much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good in the moment, but that's the addiction of sugar, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, I suppose my only advice would be is if you're sitting there with a tin of sweets, put them out of sight somewhere.
Yeah,
or get someone else to put them out of sight so you don't know where they are.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. But
put them in a hard place to find. Put them somewhere where you've actually got to put effort into going to get them. And this is another thing which I said is, like I mentioned it, I think it was last week. Rather than have them right there, front and center, where you can see them in eye level. This is another thing with the fridge. When you open up your fridge, you want to have as much of the healthier stuff at the forefront of your fridge, rather than all the sweety, sugary, unhealthy stuff in the front, and then all the healthy salads and everything are packed in the back. You want to have it the other way around, and get into the discipline of packing your fridge that way. So when you open up your fridge, you see the healthy stuff first. And then your brain doesn't just go, "Woo, sugar!" So the same thing applies with your cupboards. Put the sugary, sweety stuff up at the top so that you know you have to reach to go get it. It's not as easy as just going, "Ooh."
Yeah. So the gut that we're talking about, it responds to everything. Now, does it respond the same way to fresh food as it does to, processed food?
Yes.
Obviously not.
Well, it does. It digests it, but not in the same way, though.
Yeah, that's right. So it can take from a very small amount of time to a couple of days to process some stuff, depending on what you eat. So, are you the paragon of virtue, or are you like me, a gut-busting honey monster, as I used to be when it came to Christmas? Alas, I was the latter. Anything sweet or savoury was definitely in jeopardy. And but do you float somewhere in the middle? So you can pick and choose where you want to be. Are you someone who likes fencing? Where you're sticking your toe in the water and think, "Oh, well, I'm going to have something now," and then you balance it up by having something good or laying off it, and that's fantastic. As I say, or you could be a multi-picker.
A multi-picker.
Go. Oh, that's another thing for gorging. We just keep going. I like that. I like that. So, both good and bad. You know, it's don't have the devil may care attitude though, like I used to.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's also, if you look at it, it's also part of I think the British psychology, isn't it? You know, it's you take whatever you want, and it's there, and you're going to take it. If it's there, it's in plain sight, you're going to take it. And if you look at the way that many Brits, not all, but many Brits drink, yeah, they drink to excessiveness, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you drink till you get drunk, and I think it's the same with eating as well. Whether the food is healthy or not, you're going to eat it till you think you believe you've had your fair share, which is more than anybody else can get their hands on, and you're all vying for the same. And I used to see this as the same, like in Dubai when we used to have the Friday brunches, which are very popular in Dubai. You go to a hotel, you pay for a brunch, and then it comes with or without alcohol. And this is no word of a lie. And anybody that knows me from Dubai or lives in Dubai that's watching this, I'm sure you'll be able to validate what I'm about to say. But it was the Brits invariably that would just get out of hand. You know, they would take anything and everything that they could put their hands on. You know, and it was just the alcohol would just keep flowing all the time. And I think and from my own experience of living in England as well. So it's about your beliefs up here, your habits. You have the habit of doing something every Christmas. Now's a great time to break that habit.
Oh yeah,
now's a perfect time to break that habit. Set yourself a new example.
Well, what we don't want to do is sort of head into the new year unhealthy.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying it's a bit careful because obviously we've got things like New Year's Eve and. But your body, what happens if the percentage of the time you are healthy? What will happen? Your body bounces back quicker.
Yeah, it does.
If you're on a downward slant with your health anyway, and you hit the beer on New Year's Eve or over Christmas, it's going to take your body longer to recover. So, yeah. So it's just about swapping foods for better options sometimes. And feeding your gut microbiome, which is, the center of your second brain, as it were. It's not all about your taste buds.
No.
Although I'll get an avalanche of people saying the opposite, which I don't mind.
Just eat fruit as well, and intermittently through your day. Just have fruit in the morning, have it in the afternoon, have it in the evening as well. That keeps the sugar cravings at bay a little bit. And that fruit is helping with fiber, not fruit juice, fruit, helping with fiber and other things like that to help break down all that other stuff that you've been eating that you probably shouldn't be eating as much of.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I agree with that totally.
And have it before you eat as well. This is often what most people make the mistake of doing, is they eat fruit after they've eaten. Eat your fruit before you eat a meal or stuff like that, or you get into drinking. Eat the fruit first because of the digestion time that it takes the fruit to digest in the system, and on top of that, you're preparing the stomach for digestion. So you've got the system working already. So by the time you eat heavy meals or other sugary stuff, your body's not going to go into that as much of a slump because your system's already working, and it's not as much of a shock to the system once you start to indulge and overindulge.
No, absolutely right. So so really, as I say, that's all we want to really say. I mean, we're not going to go into too many details. Just look to try and improve your gut if you can during the holiday period. A lot more good quality fibers.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to spike blood sugar after meals. Be careful about eating loads of sweets like I used to. Not going to do it this year. It helps you maintain good cholesterol levels and healthy bowel functions, which are very, very important over Christmas. Trust me. So, and that could dictate whether you're ill or not. So,
sure.
But if you need any help, if you do need any help with your gut, because a lot of people won't admit it. Give us a shout. Give me or Warren a shout, and we'll talk you through it and give you some advice and help if you need it.
Some guiding posts along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're about done. I don't want to go into too much detail. We'll crack on. We'll be here.
Short and sweet. No pun intended.
So we'll be here a couple of days before New Year's Eve then.
Yeah.
We're all the way through.
No resting.
It won't be a bit of alcohol. New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we have a message to share.
2 days before New Year's Eve, it's not going to be about alcohol. No. We're not even going to mention Christmas. So stick with us, and we'll sail into the new year on a healthy plane.
And if we don't hear from you personally, have a safe and merry and loving Christmas.
Absolutely. Enjoy yourself, but don't go too bad. Too mad.
Too mad.
Or if you do, let us know. We won't. Excuse me. We won't criticise. We'll just have a laugh. Okay. So. And anything we get up to, we've got to tell you as well. So
yeah, we're not going to criticize. At the end of the day, we're all adults here, so it's
absolutely. Right, great. Have a happy Christmas.
Arrivederci.
And we'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye.
Bolo Korachan.